Started with this great smoked mac and cheese recipe on the Z-Grill. All right, so we got all the cheese done. I just blocked up the Velveeta into chunks in the refrigerator for now, so it can stay cold and it doesn't get, you know, just room temperature. I just like to use it cold. It comes apart better. All right, for the cheese, we got heavy whipping cream, sour cream, my seasoning, condensed milk, evaporated milk, excuse me. Not condensed milk. That would be like not good. And a little mustard. I usually like to use dry mustard, but I'm actually out of dry mustard, so we're going to give it a squirt of yellow mustard is what we're going to do. I've got the noodles already cooked. Before we get on the stove, we're going to just go through the steps of how I make my my cheese sauce. We got to have a little all-purpose flour. Now this is only going to take, you're only going to need a couple of tablespoons, actually 3 or 4 tablespoons of, Lord, can't never find nothing around here. Nope. Nope. Do y'all always lose your stuff? I'm always losing my measuring spoons and stuff. All right, let's see what we got here. 1 tablespoon. All right, so we're going to use. I think I'm gonna use 3. I think I'm gonna use 3 today. We're going to use some unsalted butter. So we're going to take some unsalted butter. We're going to use about 4 tablespoons. So half a stick of butter. Half a stick of butter is what you're going to need. Into the pan. And we're going to melt that. We're going to melt that real quick. Then we're going to add in I'm going to the stove. I'm just going to kick it up on about we're going to go ahead and melt it pretty quick. Then we're going to add in our flour. We're going to make a quick little creamy roux, but we're not looking to brown it up like a normal roux for our gumbos or etouffees or gravies. We just need a smooth flour and butter combination so we can start adding in all of our heavy cream, our can of evaporated milk. We may use regular milk, our sour cream, and our seasonings and mustard. I want this to be thin, and I want to have enough of it to cover the noodles really well and let that cheese thicken those noodles up as it cooks on the smoker. That's kind of what I'm wanting. Let me get the measuring cup. We're going to start with 4 cups. Now you can separate this ever how you want. I usually do 5 cups, 4.5 to 5 cups. So we're going to go ahead and put the can of evaporated milk in. And that's usually a little more than a cup, I think. Yeah, so it's about 1.25 cups, maybe a little more. 1 1/3 cups. That's what it looks like. No, 1 2/3 cups. About 1 2/3 cups. All right, so my butter's melting, y'all. Let me get that butter melted real quick. Turn it down on medium heat. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fill up with another. Let's come on up. Might get some regular milk. Let's come on up to about 4, and we're going to finish off with regular milk. So we're going to do total 4 cups. Then we're going to add in another 1/2 to another cup of regular milk to thin it out good. You don't want it so thick that it just it's not creamy. We're looking for a creamy mac and cheese. So let's get the flour real quick. You can see I got the melted butter. All right, so we got the melted butter, and we're going to go in level, kind of level tablespoons. Don't just get, so there's 1, there's 2, and I think 3 is going to be plenty. And there's 3. And we'll leave that there, push that off to the side, and we're going to make a creamy roux. Just going to use a wooden spoon. So just get that incorporated in. We're gonna get it back on the stove and we're gonna get it nice and creamy as all, and just get that flour taste cooked out of the flour. All right, so we got everything smoothed up. We got another 2/3 cup of milk and a whisk. All right, so you can see everything's starting to thicken up on its own. We just have it off the heat right now. We did stick about 1.5 tablespoons of my mixture of salt, black pepper, granulated garlic, and granulated onion. Now we're going to get some sour cream mixed in. So you won't need but about, use whatever kind of sour cream you got, y'all. This is the cheaper brand. Oh, it's all good. So we're going to give it probably 1/3 cup. So we're going to get 1 big spoonful. 1 big spoonful of sour cream. We're going to go ahead and give it our squirt of mustard. Tablespoon's about all you need. So we're going to stick about 1 tablespoon of mustard right there. Don't overdo that. I'm going to go ahead and add in some more black pepper if I don't drop it. Make sure you can see that black pepper, like so. And we're going to whisk in. So let's just get everything whisked in nice and creamy. It has a wonderful, wonderful smell when you get that mustard. I do like to put the dry mustard in. You won't really taste this mustardy taste. The cheese is fixing to overtake most of that. If you're allergic to mustard, then just leave it out. And you can see how everything's starting to thicken up. And we will be using that milk to thin out some more. All right, so we got everything nice and smooth. Ooh, it's really smooth too. It's really smooth. All right, so let's get our cheese. We're gonna put it back on a low heat. We definitely want all the Velveeta in. So we want to put all the Velveeta chunks. So that's about 12 ounces, 10 or 12 ounces of Velveeta. Then we're going to be putting in the shredded cheese. And it's nice and smooth. All right, so just kind of get some of each. We're going to get some of the mozzarella, some of the Colby Jack, some of the, all right, so, and we got plenty. I got enough left that I can mix this together in a bag, y'all. And we got extra cheese. And that's just the way I like to do it. I like to make sure that I got plenty of cheese. Now, I'm not using that whisk for this. All right, so we're going to fold the cheese in. We are going to taste it, make sure we got it cheesy enough, and we will add that milk to thin it, because we want to be able to pour this over the noodles. It's still hot enough. I'm not on any heat, but it's still hot enough to start melting everything. You know, you wouldn't really even have to, you could put it in there like this. I think it's going to need a little more cheese and all of that milk, which is going to put us very close to the 5 cups. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, so we can get a little more cheese. Let's mix this up a little bit. Let's take and give us a quick mix. We're going to give us so we're probably looking at several cups of cheese, y'all. Probably 3 or 4. Probably 3 or 4 cups of the cheese, not counting the Velveeta. All right. Now we're going to go in with that milk, and I'm going to go put it back on a low heat. And we're going to even add to it whatever we have to get it to the cheesiness and the creaminess that we want. I'm going to add in the rest of the milk, because we want it to thin out some. And we're going to go back on a low heat. Back on a low heat until we get this nice and incorporated. We're going to go ahead and get our noodles into the pan. So back to low heat we go. Actually, I'm going to put it back on a medium for now. Bring it up. And we're going to go ahead and add our noodles. Now, I'm actually going to use, I kept my pasta water. So y'all see I got my pasta water still? That I just had the pasta just kind of sitting there. That pasta water will help thin that cheese out. So we're going to dump our egg noodles. And we're going to put this in the sink. But we need our pasta water. So we're gonna get a ladle, and we're gonna use some of the pasta water to actually just put on those noodles and get everything laid down. Now remember, the pasta water has a little olive oil, and it does have a little salt. All right, so don't overdo that, but use your pasta water. Keep the pasta water and use that to help thin out. All right, so we got the cheese ready. Don't use all the cheese if you don't have to, but we're going to use some pasta water. Look at the cheese. Oh, and it's very pourable, but let's push them off real quick. But it's very cheesy. Y'all see that? Now that's a chunk there. Not all of it's melted 100% through. Don't overcook your noodles. I cooked those noodles. That's another chunk of Velveeta. I cooked those noodles for 6 minutes because the noodles are going to continue to cook on the smoker, because we got the smoker geared up, heated up to about 350. All right, so pour in what you have to. It'll probably take it all. Yeah, it's going to take it all. Shoo-wee. All right, so we got it all. Got it all. Whole pack of egg noodles. That's extra wide egg noodles. This pan does really, really good too. It's gonna make a big pan now. I might set it in another pan so it don't make a mess if it overflows on my smoker. I don't think it will, but you never know. You never know. All right, so let's get that mixed up. Remember, we got that little bit of that pasta water in the bottom. You could add in some, like y'all, you could go crazy. You could go nuts with this. You could add in bacon. You could add in green onions. You could add in broccoli. You could add in whatever you want, whatever you like mac and cheese with. I love mac and cheese with buffalo chicken chunks, like them fried buffalo chicken chunks with some hot honey buffalo on top. All right, so y'all see how cheesy and creamy this is? Now we don't want this to set like so hard. If you like getting it out in squares and, you know, cook it a little longer. All right, we're gonna cook it just like this. We did get our sour cream, our 1/3 cup sour cream in there, but we're gonna cook it like this on the smoker, on the Z grill. We're just gonna check it. I got it 350 degrees. We're gonna slap it on there, let it get bubbly, and then we're gonna come back out with the cheese, and we're gonna sprinkle that last coat of cheese on top, and we're gonna let that just melt. We're not gonna let it really get a whole lot of color. I just want it to melt. Then we're gonna let it sit. That's when it's gonna firm up. It's gonna be amazing, y'all. So to the smoker we go. 350 degrees, and we're gonna get it on there, and we'll just watch the time. All right, so the mac and cheese came off. I got flour on me. We're cooking chicken and dumplings right now. Now we're just gonna cover with one more thing of cheese on top and back on the smoker just until this gets melty. We're gonna mix this up because we got cheddar and mozzarella and Colby Jack. So just get you a layer of cheese on, get it spread out good. Like so. It's getting that smoky color to it too. Doesn't have to cover everywhere. Just enough to get that melted cheese, and then back on the smoker, and as soon as this is good and melted, we're coming off with it. Let it sit, let it do its thing where you can actually cut it, or when you dip it out, it's kind of firmed up. Probably won't take but about another 10 minutes on the smoker, and the smoked mac and cheese will be done. All right, so we got the smoked mac and cheese off of the smoker. It probably smoked for about 45 minutes, give or take, till it got nice and bubbly. We added more cheese on the top for the last 10 minutes. And y'all, we're gonna go in, y'all. It's gonna be super creamy. Oh yeah, because I didn't want it to be like thick. I didn't want it to be, now the longer it sits, the more it's gonna thicken up. I wanted it to be really, really creamy, like creamy mac and cheese. And that's what we got. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna give it a little taste. I've got a little spoon here. I've had a little spoon. I got a spoon. You can add whatever extra you want on top of this. At least cooking with that smoker, it does not smoke up the house. It's gonna be hot, but we're gonna blow it. It smells so good. Now you can add in more seasoning if you need it. And the longer it sits, the thicker it's going to get. Y'all, very good. I hope y'all give this recipe a try. I hope you enjoyed our videos. If you do, give me a thumbs up, give us a share, share with some family and friends. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell notification button so you'll get notified when we put our next video up. And I sure hope to see you in the Bickham kitchen for the next recipe. I'm Craig with the Bickhams. We will see y'all. Oh, my wife's pointing. Don't forget you can get a copy of our With the Bickhams Cookbook Volume 1, From Our Home to Yours with Love and Butter, in the description below. I'll have it linked if you're interested. It really helps us and supports us. If you want to subscribe to the channel, it absolutely helps as well. And I hope to see you in the comments. I'm Craig with the Bickhams. We'll see you on the next recipe. Bye, y'all.